everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to Judge Rinder's court, and I hope we can have a good day, Michelle. Right, let's bring on the first case.
Should you agree on the first case?
Yeah.
What was the first case of today? First case is Donald and Joanne. And I have Donald. So Donald, what's your code for this man?
Well, first of all, can I just say, good afternoon, Judge, and good afternoon, Michelle. Well, thank you, that's very polite of you, Donald. Right, my problem with this man is this. This man was meant to be helping me in my business, in my new business. I've got this new business, Judge. I don't just go to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse anymore. I also go round collecting people's old newspapers to take them to the recycling, because I think that's a very good thing to do. And sometimes the people's recycle bin gets a bit too full. So I thought, oh, there's something I could help with. I could go around and collect them all up, and then I can take them to the council tip and put them in for the rubbish there, and they'll recycle them. Okay, that's a very nice thing to do. So what was the problem? Well, Judge, this here is Joe. And when I told Joe what I was going to do, he said, oh, I can help with that, Donald. I've got a big open back truck. That would be easy to throw all the newspapers into, and then we can take them to the dump. Wow, that would be great. All right, so that sounds good. So, Joe, why did you want to help me, Donald?
Well, George.
I thought it was a good idea. But what I said to
George, so it's to my hotel.
Oh, so what I said to Donald was, instead of going to the dump, some places will pay you money for all these papers. And I said, why don't we do that? Okay. So, Donald, what was wrong with that idea? Because, Judge, I was doing it as a favour.
Who took my pictures as Donald?
I think it's somebody called Lewis, the photographer. Okay, so you wanted to do it as a favour, and Joe thought you might make some money out of it. Yes, Judge. So because I said no, he didn't come to help me anymore. And I thought that was a bit mean. Why should we make money from trying to be nice to people? I agree, said the judge. You shouldn't have told Mickey you were willing to help if you weren't. And I've got a suggestion for you, Donald. What's that, Judge? Well, if it's easier to take these papers to the people that pay, because I do know if you go to the council dump, you can be there a very long time in a very long queue. Yes, that's true. So, Donald, why don't you take the newspapers where you can sell them and give the money to a charity? Oh, I didn't think of that. That's a good idea, Judge. Oh, I could every week give it to a different charity. Wow, that's a really great idea. Now, Joe, would you still help if you're not making the money and you're going to give it to charity? I don't think so. I just thought we could make a bit of money. Okay. I think, Donald, you're better off doing it on your own and giving all the money to the different charities that you like to help support. I will, and I'm glad Joe's not helping me anymore. Right then, Michelle.
Why are you glad, Pa?
Well, because he's not a very nice person. He just wanted to make money out of other people. I said I'd pick up the newspapers as a goodwill gesture, and he just wants to make money. Okay, I think that's the end of that then, Michelle.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So should you do? Case dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do now?
Right, would you like to show them out, Michelle? Please?
Okay.
Come on, you.
I should show them out. Oh. I think I should have out, dude. Should I show them out? I showed them out. This case, Catty Hook and the dog.
Mm.
So Catty Hook.
Oops.
Oh dear. And the dog. So Catty Hook. What's your problem with this dog?
Well, the thing is, Judge, this dog just does not know when to stop barking. What the problem is, where my ship is anchored, this dog lives close by. It's the harbour master's dog, and they have a little bungalow, because the harbour master has to live near the harbour, obviously, because that's his job. And the problem is, we work hard all day scrubbing the boat, getting things ready, going for a sail, taking some treasure, and then when we come back we're all really, really tired. And then, we all get in our hammocks, ready for a good night's sleep. What happens, do you think, Judge? Well, I don't know, but I'm sure you're going to tell me. The dog starts barking and barking and barking, and we can't get to sleep. And it's really, really annoying. And I don't know what else to do. I've spoken to his owner, and all he says is, he's a dog. What do you expect him to do? That's what dogs do. And I just said to him, doesn't he want to go to sleep at night, like everybody else? Okay. Right then, dog. What's all this about barking all night long? Well, I get a bit bored, you see, because everybody's gone to bed and I'm still awake and I'm still full of energy. And I just think, ooh, what can I do?
Who said that?
The dog. So, I jump about and play and bark and wag my tail and have lots and lots of fun. And if my owner hasn't locked the door properly, I go out and play outside. And I think that's even worse for Captain Hook, because I get right up near his ship. Oh dear. Well, this can't carry on, I'm very sorry, doggy, says the judge.
Why can't he carry on, Pa?
Because nobody can get to sleep. And that's not very good. Everybody likes a good sleep.
What's with nobody can get to sleep? Because I got a dog is still real energy. Okay, dog is still got some energy left.
Well, I think what you need to do is use up your energy in the daytime. Run around in the day. Play all your games, chase the ball, run for the stick.
How's this if we should do with energy in the daytime, Pa?
Because then you'll get tired, and when it comes to the time when everybody else is going to sleep, well then you might want to go to sleep too. And that would be just wonderful because then everybody else could sleep.
So does he have to go to sit as a good
Because it's been noisy at the night time and people don't want that noise. They want to go to sleep. You don't make all that noise when it gets late of a night. It's not fair. People have to get up for work, you know, dog.
You go to bed.
So,
What time do you go to bed? What time do they go?
well, sometimes 10 o'clock, sometimes 11 o'clock. And if you're running around near the ship and barking, nobody can get to sleep. Okay, so my suggestion is that you get rid of some of your energy in the daytime.
Do I have to?
Yes, what do you say to that, Captain Hook? Well, Judge, I think maybe I could spare a couple of my crew and they can take him for a very long walk, take him to the park and let him get rid of some of his energy. That sounds very good, Captain Hook. Yes, I'll get Mr. Smee on the case. He'll get some pirates ready to take the doggy out. Okay, I think everybody's happy now, Michelle.
Are we all happy?
Yes, thank you. The dog says he will enjoy going for a walk with the pirates.
Would he? How would he? So is it case dismissed? Case dismissed.
Show them out, Michelle.
Do I have to? What do you think is the guy don't show about?
We'll just point the way and tell them where to go. You need to leave by that door there. Off you go.
Oh.
You don't need me. You just go out the door.
Oh dear. I do have to. I shall I know how to take her out. Right that way. The dress case is Tigger and the lady. Should we get his case on? So Tigger, what's your problem with this lady?
Well, Judge, this lady keeps shouting at me for jumping and bouncing. And I keep telling her this is what Tiggers do. And I'm only doing it in my own space. I go in my garden and I bounce and swing. And I might do it in my house. But what's that got to do with this lady? Why's she getting so upset?
What did she say?
Well, I don't know. Let's hear what the lady has to say.
What did she have to say about it?
Because I can hear him, Judge, when he's in the garden. Having fun, and he's always making woo, woo, woo noises. And having a great time. And I can't settle for listening to the noise. And what do you do all day then, lady? Nothing much, Judge. I like to read and maybe watch the television. Have you thought about going out for a nice walk? Why would I want to do that? Well, all I can say to you is this. People who play in their own garden, unless they're making really, really ridiculous noise, and it's going on late at night, but through daytime they've every right to play in their garden. Children play in their gardens, would that annoy you as well? Probably. I have to say, Tigger, I don't think your neighbour is a very nice lady. What do you say about it all, Michelle? Well, I agree with you, Judge. If Tigger's only bouncing, he's not really hurting anything, is it? It's not like he's throwing stones and breaking windows or cutting his bushes and throwing all the bits over into the neighbour's garden. He's just bouncing. I don't see what the problem is. No, that's just what I thought, Michelle. It's all a lot of nonsense. I'll say this to you, Tigger. as long as you are not making excessive noise, and obviously don't do it late at night when people are going to sleep. Oh, I wouldn't do that, Judge. I never would do that. Right. Well, I agree with you, Tigger.
So do you do it at night, Tigger? Or do you do it at night?
I go to bed. I'm always tired. I go to bed at 10 o'clock, Judge.
Move your regular clock. Yes.
Right. So, lady, you have no case here. Tigger is well within his rights, so I am judging in favour of Tigger.
No way.
Well, you'll just carry on moaning then. You're just a misery guts.
Oh, I 10.
Right, Michelle, would you like to show these two out while I tell everybody that the case is? Case.
What's she doing to his show?
I'm not sure. Just take her out, Michelle. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, let's take her out. Don't duck. I'm the donkey. What's
Not the donkey.
How times is he on?
All the time.
So don't duck.
So's Donald Duck. I'm getting a bit fed up of seeing him as well.
What's your cogger?
What's up now, Donald? Oh, well, the thing is, I tried to make friends with Eeyore. I thought we could maybe play together, go on little adventures together. So I asked him if he wanted to come for a walk with me. And off we set. We hadn't been going 2 minutes. And Eeyore said he was tired. And I said, don't be silly, Eeyore. Come on, move yourself. Well, then what happened was this, Judge. Eeyore fell into a great big muddy puddle. Oh dear. Then what? Well, he wasn't happy, I can tell you. I managed to help him out. I got a long branch and held it out, and then I pulled him out. And then he said, "This was a terrible idea, Donald. I think you should pay me some compensation. I never even wanted to come, and now I've fallen into a great big puddle." Rightio. What's your version of these events? Judge, I never wanted to go on the walk, but Donald kept pestering, and I got a bit tired. And then I suppose I wasn't looking where I was going, and I fell in all this mud, great big puddle, and I was stuck. And who got you out of there?
No one.
Donald Duck, sir. So then why are you wanting money from Donald? To compensate me, sir, for the upset and the fact I got all dirty and then I had to have a bath. And I only like to get a bath once a week on a Friday. And this was not Friday, it was Monday. And it so depressed me. I want him to pay me £300. Okay, and what do you think about that, Donald? I think there's no way I should be paying him money. I didn't actually grab him and force him to come on the walk. And it's not my fault he wasn't looking where he was going.
It was your fault.
And dropping into a great big puddle. It wasn't my fault, Eeyore. Right then. Let me just think about this for a moment, says the judge. I'm just thinking, Michelle, before I make my judgment. what I really think, I don't think it's Donald's fault. I think you should have been watching where you were walking. You can't just go with your eyes shut, walking about. You have to look where you're going. Because if you don't, this is what happens. Accidents. Oh, I'll never go walking again. Well, that might be a good idea, says the judge. I find in favour of Donald Duck. Says Eeyore.
Let's see what we are.
Nothing ever goes my way. Ever. Well, maybe that's because you're a little bit grumpy all the time. It's just the way I am, Judge. Okay, I'll go now, thank you.
So is that a case dismissed? Why do you have to dismiss it for?
To let people know it's finished.
So you don't say case dismissed. Because if you don't say it, so I guess if you don't say
But they don't know it's finished.
case dismissed.
Thank you, Judge, says Donald.
What do I think? What do I think?
Well, I think probably Donald's quite happy.
What does Michelle think?
Michelle says, I agree with you, Judge.
So do you have to worry about I can come to worry about Eeyore? Why can't you?
Because Eeyore's just a great big grumpy person, walking about obviously taking no notice where he's going, and he just stepped into a great big puddle. Now is that anybody's fault but his? He can't expect £300.
Yes, he did have 300 cows.
Well, he didn't get it, did he?
He did
No.
get it.
No, he didn't.
Well, yes, he did. Just to say, he did get 300 cows. Yes, Donald paid him 300 cows. He got 300 cows.
Well, then Donald is stupid.
What?
Donald is stupid. Why has he paid him £300? I
Because
voted.
that's what you said.
Yes, but I voted in his favour, so he didn't have to pay it.
He did have to pay it. That was just what happened.
Okay.
What did you him go to do?
Well, I think why am I even here then if they're not going to listen to what I'm saying?
Old lady with a golden sword lady. What's your problem with a golden man?
Well, Judge, the thing is, this builder man that was working on the house next door to mine, and he got all scaffolding up, and he kept parking his vans and his trucks, and one day he'd even got a cement mixer coming, and that just blocked the road off. Everybody's getting a bit sick of it. And when I asked him, how long is it going to take for you to do all this work on this house? Oh, it could be weeks and weeks. Well, I'm sorry, Judge, but it's causing a right problem. It's not just me. I've come to speak on behalf of all the other people that live on our street, because he just keeps parking everywhere. He even parks across the end of the road, so nobody can get into the street. And it's getting a bit beyond the joke. Okay, now then, builder, what have you got to say? I've got a job to do. And yes, I have got scaffolding up, but we need it because we're putting a new roof on. And then when we've done that, we're going to repoint all the brickwork. So I need the scaffolding for that. And I'm sorry all my vehicles are getting in the way, but what do they expect me to do? What do you expect him to do, lady? What I expect, Judge, is for him to show a little bit of consideration for all these people that live on this street. I understand the work needs doing, but he surely doesn't need 3 trucks and a van every single day just to do this work. It does seem rather a lot, doesn't it, Michelle? Yes, Judge, it seems a little bit excessive, to say the least. Right, Builder. Why on earth are you blocking all the street off? Well, 'cause I'm busy, Judge. I've got lots of work to do. Yes, I understand that. But you have to be a little bit more considerate. Other people live on this street.
Do I have to?
Are you listening to me? Other people live on this street. They have to go to work. They have to take their children to school. They have to be able to get off the street to go and pick them up again. And you can't just keep blocking it off. And what I would suggest to you, lady, and all the other people on the street is this. If this builder blocks the street off, you need to phone your police station and ask them, could they send a policeman to investigate because you can't get onto your street. Oh.
Maybe to the police will go.
Am I allowed to do that, Judge? I didn't want to waste their time. You're not wasting their time at all. This is illegal, what this builder is doing. You can't just block off a street for hours at a time. Now, if he came, say, at 9 o'clock at morning, and he was just unloading his wagon and it took him half an hour, that's fine. But he can't be there all day blocking the street. So, I will find in your favour, and I am saying to you, the next time this builder does this, you get in touch with the police. They might even just send a traffic warden, but that's okay, because he can give this man a ticket.
Is there police in the audience?
Yes.
Ask him about it.
What do you say, Mr. Policeman? Yes, you're correct, Judge. He can't just block off a road. And if he continues to do so, then he will be prosecuted for it.
No, I won't, policeman. Don't take me out. Please don't.
Well, I won't take you out now, but if you block off that road again, then you will be in serious trouble. Do you understand?
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
No.
Because we will come and arrest you, and we can even take away your vehicle if you're blocking a road. And then what would you do? Well, I wouldn't be able to work. Well, exactly. So I think you need to think about things and stop being such an idiot. I agree, says the judge. You need to sort yourself out, Builder. Thank you for coming, lady. I'm glad you brought my attention to this. And don't forget, if it happens again, phone the police. I will, Judge. Thank you very much.
Yes. So is that a case dismissed?
Mm-hmm.
Case dismissed. George, why do we have to dismiss these cases?
Don't keep asking me that.
I don't. Why can't we, George?
Well, it's what judges have always said. It's just an old-fashioned thing and we all just keep saying it. And it just means the case is over.
Oh, what a good at all. What good at all. Okay, let's keep going. So they are Sula Lady and Jake. So Sula Lady, what's your problem with Jake?
Right, my problem with Jake is this. I like to go swimming in the sea. And the problem I have is, the little bit where I swim, there aren't meant to be any boats or ships there. It's just meant for people to paddle, play in the water. What happens? This one keeps bringing the boat into that bit of water. And it's very dangerous. He could bump into us. We might even drown. It's not just me, Judge. There are lots of people like to go there swimming. And he
Yeah.
knows he's not allowed there because there are great big flags up that say no entry to boats or ships or even jet skis. They're not meant to be in that particular area. It's for swimmers. Okay, Jake, so why do you keep going in that particular bit? Well, you know what it's like, Judge. Well, no, I don't. I'm waiting for you to tell me. Well, we're busy sailing up and down, round about and this way and that way. And sometimes I just forget that we're not meant to be there. Well, that's not very good, is it, when people are swimming? I thought all you pirates and sailors knew how to navigate. You're meant to know where you're going. You have charts and things, don't you?
What does that mean?
Well, charts are like maps, but they're for the sea. I know we do, but it just gets a bit boring. Keep riding round the same bits, and we just think, oh, let's try this new little bit of sea over here. Well, it has to stop. It's not happening, Jake. It's not safe. And there are great big flags up there telling you you're not allowed in. You must be able to see them. Well, I suppose so.
What?
I think you and your crew should start thinking about the safety of these swimmers. They've only got one little bit they can swim in, and you've got the entire ocean. So stop doing it. Right, lady swimmer, I am finding in your favour, and I think Jake needs to be a little bit more careful.
Why?
Because he's going to end up hurting somebody. And if that happened, Jake, how would you feel? I think you'd be sorry then, wouldn't you, if your boat bumped into somebody and hurt them? Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
I don't think it is funny, Jake. And you'll not find it funny if you hit someone and they decide to sue you for money for going into a place you shouldn't even be and causing injury. They could take you to court for thousands of pounds in compensation.
Sorry.
Well, that's as may be. Right, lady swimmer, keep your eye on what's happening. And what you need to do is get in touch with the harbour master, because he's the person who controls this sort of thing, and let him know what's happening. And I'm sure he'll take steps to prevent it happening again.
What do you mean?
Yes, he will. Okay, Judge. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Next time this happens, I will phone the harbour master.
I don't think that should happen.
I don't care what you think, Jake, says the judge.
Why don't you care what I think?
Because I have made my decision.
Michelle, would you like to talk about the case?
Yes, Judge.
It's just a silly thing to do, Michelle. Why would you want to talk about it?
Because I thought you wanted me to, Judge.
Yes. Does it get on your nerves, Michelle? Does it get on your nerves?
What's that, Judge? Does what get on my nerves?
Talking about it.
Not always. It just depends. Some people are very nice.
Some people are very...
Oh, the swimmer's having a bit of problem standing up. I think she's used to swimming. Right then, lady swimmer. What do you have to say about the case? Oh, she's fallen over again. Would you like to sit down, lady?
Okay.
Are you sure?
Where do you want me to sit down for?
Just in case you fall over again. Right. Well, I'm very happy with the outcome. I didn't realise I could just phone the harbour master.
What did you think?
Well, I didn't think anybody could control the water. But yes, it seems they can. So I'm quite happy with that. And if that boat comes anywhere near the swimming area, I'll be straight on that phone. Right, Jake, what do you think? Phew, well, I'm not very happy. Why can't I sail wherever I want to? Because there are rules even on the sea, and you know that. You can't just let everybody sail around willy-nilly and go wherever they want. You'd all be bumping into one another.
So, where can I sail?
You know where you can sail. You can go out to the open sea, and that way you can see if another boat or ship is coming, and you alter your course a little bit so you don't bump. Just use a bit of common sense is what to do.
I don't want common sense.
Well, that says maybe, but the judge has made his decision. And that's the end of that.
Okay then. See you, Michelle. And does it like us? Oh dear. What did she do? Sorry.
What's happening
I
here?
got to get drunk.
Oh.
I drunk wine for 75 hours.
What? 75 hours? I don't think that's possible. You'd be fast asleep.
I also drunk it for 10 hours.
That sounds more like it.
I do him, she drunk it for 10 hours.
I think you should be in a coma.
Why?
Because I just do. I don't think anybody could stand up if they were drinking for that long.
I do him, Michelle.
Well, seems a long time to me, but I don't know, Judge. Some people just go out and drink, don't they?
Touch him hook and quarter. So catchy hook. That's your cogweb. We quarter today.
Right, Judge. The problem I have with Pluto, he keeps digging everything up. It goes into my garden. I have got a house for when I'm not sailing the seas. And then, when he knows we're setting sail, he sneaks onto my boat. And he causes such an upset, he's bounding about and knocking things over. And he tries to dig. Well, there's nowhere to dig on a boat, is there, sir? But he's scratching away at the deck. And then he's knocking people over, he's skidding about when the deck's a bit slippy. He's just a bit of an overexcited doggy. And I don't want him on my boat. Why do you keep going on the boat? Oh, it's such fun. Have you ever been on a pirate ship? It's great. There's all sorts of things going on. And Mr. Smee makes some lovely meals. He makes beautiful stew, really yummy. And he puts some extra bones in just for me. Oh, that's nice of Mr. Smee. It isn't nice, says Captain Hook. It's causing him to keep coming back. I keep telling him, Mr. Smee, stop feeding this dog. But he doesn't take any notice. And the other thing is, I just want him off my boat. I don't want him allowed on there. But Judge, says the doggy, it's so much fun. Because, you know, when we go to sail somewhere and he gets off ashore, there's this crocodile that follows him. Whatever do you mean? It's this crocodile, sir. And it's got a clock inside it. And it goes tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And it makes the captain very, very angry. And he's always following him about, and it's just so funny. I can't help but go and watch the fun. Okay. Why is this crocodile following you, Captain Hook? I don't know. Stupid crocodile. I'm fed up of hearing the tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. It gets me in a right mood. Maybe that's why you get so grumpy at Pluto. Maybe it is, but I don't want him on my boat, and I'm fed up of the crocodile chasing me. Right then. Pluto, if you decide to go on the boat, you've got to be very careful and not cause any bother. You can't go bumping about everywhere. You have to be a little more careful. Oh no, what's happening, Michelle? What on earth is that great big thing? It's a Tigger, sir.
What did he do?
Well, I think I need removing from my court. But who can do that? Have you seen how big he is? I can't do it, can I?
What can't you do it for?
Because he's very big.
What's he done?
Right, I am the judge in this court, Mr. Tigger, and I would very much like for you to leave. You are causing all sorts of... Oh, look at this, Michelle. How can we run a court when we've got a great big silly Tigger running about, knocking everybody over? Out of my court. Now, Pluto, can you see the damage when somebody just starts slipping and sliding everywhere and not being careful? Oh, I can, Judge. Just look at the state of this court. Right. So you understand why the captain doesn't want you on the ship? Yeah. I do. I can see now I've been causing lots of problems.
So Secretary audience then?
Well, they're all in a mess. They've all got knocked off the chairs.
So they just say about it.
It's disgusting. I don't want that big Tigger coming in my court ever again. Right, Michelle, I think we'll have to call that it for this case, because everywhere's in uproar. Okay, Judge, we'll try and get straight now.
So is that a case dismissed? Case dismissed. So, who don't you show about, Michelle?
Show them out? Have you seen the mess of the court?
How do you ever see the rest of the court?
What a mess.
I can still show out, Judge.
Yes, okay. Go on then.
Has that big Tigger gone?
Yes. So we can get straight again now. Just look at all the seats.
What's that come?
They're not even in the row anymore.
How come?
Well, because he's knocked them everywhere. Let's look at that for a mess.
Because thought you see so
Because
low.
he's such a big Tigger. He only has to knock his tail and he takes half the courtroom, doesn't he?
What do you think, Michelle?
Yes, I just think he's a bit of a nuisance. He's way too big. As soon as he comes in, he knocks everything over.
I just caught who he should go in. If he has a case, which court should he go in?
Well, I don't know. They'd have to have a very big one.
How big would it have to hit a Tigger like that?
Like a great big warehouse. He'd never fit in anywhere, would he? He's a ginormous, gigantic Tigger. Look how much bigger than me he is.
What does he do? He comes in somewhere.
Knocks everything over.
What does he do?
He makes a mess.
A mess?
Mm.
Can we sort this out?
That's from over there. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Are we straight now? Yes, we can have the next case.
Who is the best case?
Well, I'm hoping it's just two people and not any animals, thank you, Michelle.
Why did you get your wool cap for?
Because I'm getting a bit fed up of all these animals.
Why are you getting fed up with them?
I just am. Can I not have an opinion?
Maybe and Mickey. So, Billy, what's your problem with Mickey?
I thought you two were great friends. Well, we are, Judge. But sometimes that doesn't mean people can't get on your nerves a bit, does it? Well, no, I suppose not. So, what's been going on then, Minnie? Well, it's like this, Judge. Somebody keeps clicking away with a camera in my courtroom.
What?
What?
I didn't say I go to George. What do you say?
I'm getting a bit fed up of all the clicking.
Why, George?
Well, it's a bit annoying. Right, come on, Minnie, what's the problem today? The problem is, Judge, Mickey has been a bit naughty. Why, what's he done? I thought, like I said, you were friends, and well, we are. But he keeps thinking it's funny to play tricks. Tricks? What sort of tricks? Well, he sort of thinks it's funny, Judge, if he hides things. Like, I wanted to go out to the shop and I'm looking everywhere for my coat. And I can't find it. And I said to Mickey, have you seen my coat, Mickey? I thought I hung it up. Not seen it, don't know, sorry.
So where did Mickey come your coat?
Well, he hid it in the fridge. And he thought that was really, really funny. And of course, when I did eventually find it, I couldn't put it on because it was freezing. It was that cold, and I thought, well, I can't wear that to go out in the cold winter weather. So I had to put it on the radiator and wait for it to warm up. I see. And what else has he done? Oh, he's at it all the time, Judge. He just thinks it's funny, causing upset to people, and it's not.
What did he do? Maybe did you do anything else?
Oh, yes, Judge, he does lots of things. He hides my shoes. And food. He's always hiding the food. I come to make my breakfast and I'm looking for the cereals. My Rice Krispies, where are they? Oh, noes, not me. And then you find them in the garage or the hut. And we all know who's doing it. And he doesn't just do it to me, Judge. He does it to everybody that's in the house. He's always causing problems. Right. This doesn't sound very good, Mickey. Oh, but it's funny, Judge. And you ought to have seen the time I put a great big pretend spider in Minnie's bed. You should have heard her screaming when she pulled back the duvet cover. She thought it was a real one. It was very funny. Not for me, it wasn't. You know I don't like spiders. And tell the judge, also, you didn't just do that to me. Who else did you do something nasty to in their bed? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. It was like this, Judge. Donald went to bed, and guess what was in his bed? A frog. And he pulled back the cover, and the frog's going, read it, croak, 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 and it was jumping all over the place. Oh, Donald was so upset. We all had to go and help him catch it. It was jumping all around the room. Of course, Mickey is just stood there laughing, 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 laughing. He thinks it's funny. Mickey, why do you keep doing this?
It's
Well,
funny, George.
just because it's funny. Have you seen anybody when they jump a mile? Because you made them jump. It's really funny. Well, I have to say, Minnie, I'd be tempted. Is there anything Mickey doesn't like? And I'd be putting that in his bed and make him jump. A good idea, Judge. I'll have to think about that.
Why is that a good idea for?
To scare him. Let him see how it feels
Why do you have to
when
scare?
there's something nasty.
Why do you have to scare Mickey
To get
for?
your own back. To make him realise that what he's doing isn't funny. Oh, Judge, I've just thought of something that would really scare him. But I don't want to tell you what it is. I'll whisper it if you like, and Michelle can tell you when I've gone. Okay, Michelle, go and see what it is, and let Minnie whisper it to you. Right, Minnie. He doesn't like snakes. I'm going to put a snake in his bed. Right, I'll tell the judge when the case is over. Okay. Right, you can go back now, Minnie. So you see, Judge, it's not just me, but none of us are happy because he just thinks it's funny all the time. And it's not really, is it? No. A little bit of joking is okay, but to just keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, then it stops being funny, doesn't it?
Why?
Because it does. People get fed up. So, Mickey, I think you should just hold back a little bit. Jokes can be funny, but don't keep playing all these pranks all the time. It's not very nice for your friends. It's not very nice to put a spider there when somebody's scared stiff of them, is it?
I want to. He says it's hubby.
Well, okay. We'll see what happens later then. Yes, says Minnie. Okay. Off you go then, you two, and try to behave, please, Mickey.
I must be
Okay.
behaving. I'll just keep doing his hubby jokes.
Okay. Michelle's moved them, and now Michelle's going to come back and tell the judge what Minnie said. Oh, she's going to talk to him first.
Talk to him first.
Okay. Right, Mickey. I know you'll think it's really funny to keep doing this, but what do you think, Minnie? I think if he only did it every so often, it would be funny and we'd all have a good laugh. But because he's doing it all the time, it just becomes a bit annoying and not funny. Come on then, Mickey, what do you say? Well, I think they're all being a bit miserable. I know, but Mickey, how would you feel if somebody did it to you? Oh, it wouldn't bother me, Michelle. I'd just take it on the chin. It wouldn't upset me in the slightest.
Well, you just set me because I taken my bed. I just think his hubby.
Okay then. Off we go then. I need to talk to Michelle, says the judge.
Okay, goodbye. Oh, no. Not this again. You want to kick over.
Oh dear.
Out of our seats. Oh, no. Stop. Oxy daisies.
Right, Michelle, would you like to come
I'm
and
coming.
tell me what Minnie said to you?
You can
Yes,
say it out
Judge.
loud, yo.
She said Mickey is scared stiff of snakes and she's going to put a snake in his bed.
I'm just trying to make him because Mickey's not scared of anything.
I think, Judge, he might just be saying that. She's going to do it tonight and she said she'll come back tomorrow and let us know how he reacted. Oh, I can't wait. Wow. Right, Judge.
It's this time now. I didn't try that snake. He whacked Judge. That's what he thought.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Minnie will tell us a different story. Come on, Minnie, tell us what happened.
What happened was Mickey whacked it, like
No.
he always did.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he did, George. Yes.
That wasn't my ending for the story.
That was your ending.
Okay.
Goodbye.